Okay, we're going to do a review of the BatPods. As you can see, I went on their website. They have two different versions to choose from. They have the BatPods Pro at $99. They have the BatPods 2.0, which is $59. And then they have this BP Studio and whatnot. But I wanted the ones that were very, very close to the ones that the BatPods, the Airpods that I already have. So I ordered the BatPods 2.0, $59, right? Put in my order, and it took several weeks for me to get it. So it took a long time to actually get the BatPods here. But when they arrived in a pretty cool looking box. As you can see, it's like a pretty fancy box. You can see the BatPods logo. You open it up. There's your BatPods instructions. I've already used these, so this is not an initial unboxing. There's the case. As you can see, it looks a lot like the AirPod case, and I'll whip out my AirPod case here in a second to give you some comparison of the two. And it comes with an okay, a charger cable that you would typically expect. So put that all aside, do some comparison. Here's the AirPods that I've been, I got from Apple. Got my own little sticker on it just so I can identify it as mine. But the cases look very, very close. Even the hinge, it looks very, very close. Has the connection button on the back. You can't see it because it's but I can feel it, and you can see the one on the AirPod case. And then when you open them up, you see that they are very, very similar, with the exception of there's a green dot on the front of the case for the BatPods, and then of course the AirPods that I have has the dot in the top of the case. Very, very similar. The opening itself doesn't feel as smooth. The case itself is not as heavy. It seems a little cheaper, if you will. It doesn't have it is magnetic, so it does have the clicking to close, but it just, something about it feels like not finished. Not quite sure what it is. Same thing when you take the AirPods out, or excuse me, the BatPods out. It doesn't have that same smooth connection, or it's like the design is just a little bit off. Like it was not to the same specs as the AirPods, right? Okay, so that's that. The other thing that I noticed, which is really interesting, is if I open up, let me make sure I've got this on the camera right. There we go. I get this spot to where you can see it without a glare on it. Let's see, what angle? There's the angle. Is that the angle we want? How about like that? That works. So if you notice, when I take the AirPods case and I open it, you'll see, hey, look, there's the AirPods. And you can see that my case itself is only about 6%, and my AirPods are at 94. And if I take one of the AirPods out of the case, then you can see, all right, I can see between the two what the charge is between the two. The one that's in the case shows the charging symbol next to it. The one that's out of the case does not, because it's obviously not charging. And then if I stick them back in there, and this is hard to do one-handed and show you the phone at the same time. So if I take this one and stick it back in there, I'll hold it like this, and I stick it back in, you'll see it pops back up, and oh look, they're both charging, right? 94%, 5% on the case. I pull this out, it takes a second for it to figure it out that it's out. All right, 94%. I close it. This is key. This is very, very key. So when I open the case, you see, hey, look, it's 94% and 5% on the case. 94% on the headphones, 5% on the case. I close it, I open it back up, same thing, 5%, 94%, because it's actually communicating with the phone and showing you how much battery percentage the case has and how much battery percentage that the AirPods have. Now, this is the first thing that I don't like about this, and this is a way that I think that they did some trickery to make it look like, when you look at their advertisement, look at their video, they're like, hey, this does the same thing as the AirPod case. Well, when you open up the BatPods case, hey, look, it pops open. 40%, 50%. Now, look at the symbols. Why is it that it shows that the right headphone is charging and the left headphone is not? Is it because it's not connected or whatnot? No, it already shows that these are separated and out of the case. If I take them out of the case, you see it disappears. I put it back in the case, close the case, open the case, and it should pop back up, right? But wait a minute, now look, 17%, 60%, 69%. So the case is 69%. One headphone's almost dead. Close the case. Open the case back up. Well, magically, the one that was almost dead is now at 92%. The case is at 39%. Let's close the case. Let's reopen the case. Now the case is 100%. I haven't plugged it in. And look, my right headphone is at 33% and charging. You know why? Because this right here is BS. This is a static picture, and they have random pictures that just pop up whenever you open the case. It's not actually giving you information. Now this one's twirling, right? And they were both almost completely charged. Look at this. 100%, 83%. 100% on the headphones, 74% on the case. 100% and 100%. This right here is BS. It's not actual functionality. They're trying to make you think that it has the functionality that it doesn't. There's no functionality. That's the first thing that I've noticed, okay? So the other thing that I've noticed is when listening to these versus these, the sound is, the volume is louder. People can hear me crystal clear. When I have made phone calls with this one is, the volume is very, very low. I can barely hear people. And the people say that I sound like I'm talking in a tin can. The other thing is that the bass is a lot clearer in these. So when you're listening to good music, you get a good crystal clear bass sound in these. Over here, you do not. Lastly, another piece of functionality that I think is not working in the BatPods that is working in the Airpods is the noise cancellation. When I was talking with other people out on the phone, outside around a bunch of wind noise or around car noise, or if I'm in a server room and I've got server noise, when I'm on my AirPods, that's all filtered out. When I'm on my BatPods, they can still hear all that. So the quality of the microphone, the quality of the earphones themselves are not near the quality of this. That's why you're paying $60 for these versus the retail cost for the AirPods. I would not recommend these if you really want a good quality sound and with the phone functionality that they obviously do not have. And I think that if you're going to be talking on it a lot with, especially if you're going to use them for work and talking with customers and those kind of things, these are going to be, the Apple AirPods are going to be better. You get what you pay for. These right here, I use them when I'm running to listen to music, and that's it. Because I bought them and paid for them, I might as well use them. Outside of that, these are junk. Don't buy them.